Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
A convicted sex offender is accused of attempting to entice and kidnap children. Prosecutors reveal much of their evidence against Clay Waller. And Wayne County's Relay for Life steps off next week. All of these stories, and will we see cooler temperatures by the weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. A 22-year-old convicted sex offender is facing charges in connection to exposing himself to children this weekend. Nicholas Jordan Hager is charged with the attempted enticement of a child kidnapping, as well as first and second degree sexual misconduct. Now, according to police, 4 children were playing in the 500 block of South Harry Jr. Street Friday evening around 8:15 when Hager pulled up in a black Ford Mustang. Authorities say when a 9-year-old moved closer, Hager offered her money in exchange for oral sex. All 4 kids ran home and Hager took off in the opposite direction. Now, authorities believe he wanted to get the girl close enough so he could grab her. Police say a few hours later, Hager did the same thing in Park Hills. Authorities note there were 2 men in that vehicle when it happened at the location, but one of them matched Hager's description. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here in the 18 Storm Tracker Center with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. It's warm out there at this hour, and we saw a warm day today. 89 right now in Festus and St. Genevieve, 89 in Fredericktown, 90 in Piedmont, 89 in Van Buren, 92 right now in Poplar Bluff. Cape Girardeau also coming in at 92. And as we head through the evening hours, we're going to still be on the warm side. 90 degrees by 7 p.m. Thunderstorms likely. Thunderstorms are also possible by 9 p.m. 84 degrees and down to 78 by midnight with mostly cloudy sky. What's in store for the weekend? I'll have all those details coming up later in weather.
Prosecutors presented much of their evidence against Clay Waller during Wednesday's preliminary hearing. Waller is accused of murdering his estranged wife, Jackie, last year, although her body has never been found. For more than 6 hours, 18 witnesses testified, including Waller's former landlord, employees, and forensic experts. Other evidence included pieces of carpet and padding that Waller allegedly removed from his home. Now, according to testimony, stains on the carpet and the hallway walls tested positive for human blood and Jackie Waller's DNA. The objective of the preliminary hearing is for Cape County Associate Circuit Judge Gary Camp to determine if there is enough evidence for the case to go to trial. Camp did not make an immediate ruling at the hearing's conclusion. During a recess, Waller's son, James Clay Waller III, got into a fight with prosecution witness Matt Marshall, a former employee of Clay Waller. Both men were arrested and later released. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is releasing the results of their DWI checkpoint in St. Francis County this past weekend. Troopers were stationed at Highway 32 and Maple Drive from Saturday night at 10 o'clock until 3 a.m. Sunday morning. The patrol says the location was selected based on past arrest incidents and traffic crashes in the county. During the 5-hour operation, 270 vehicles were stopped. Troopers made 5 driving while intoxicated arrests and wrote 19 tickets, including 7 for seatbelts and 6 for uninsured motorists. Troopers also issued 45 warnings. The Wayne County Relay for Life steps off next week. This year's event will be held at the Clearwater Family Youth Center on Friday, August 3rd, starting at 6 in the evening and going until 6 the next morning. Spokesperson Teresa Elkington visited our 18 Eyewitness News studios this week, and she told us there have been some great entertainment lined up this year.
We have Mr. Neil Boyd, who was a 2008 winner of America's Got Talent, is going to come and perform for us. He will be performing in our opening ceremonies, and he'll also be performing later on in the evening. We have a lot of local talent that's coming out. Miss Mia Gale, she's a Clearwater Elementary School student, will be performing for us. Brianna Connors-Bearden will be performing for us.
Entertainment will also be provided by the county fire cloggers and a Zuma demonstration. Teresa says folks can look forward to games, activities, and lots of food. Most importantly, the teams are doing a great job raising money to fight cancer.
Our teams are doing very, very good this year. Individually, the teams are doing super. We've raised quite a bit of money so far. We've got a lot of teams that are still doing fundraisers, and they'll be doing fundraisers all the way up to that night. A lot of the food and stuff that people purchase while they're at the relay is part of the team's fundraising money for that night.
For more information on Wayne County's Relay for Life, call Teresa at 856-4749. And when we come back, the diverging Diamond Interchange at Highway 67 and Route 221 is expected to be completed this fall. That story is coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction continues on the diverging Diamond Interchange at Highway 67 and Route 221 in Farmington. Missouri Department of Transportation resident engineer Jason Williams told 18 Eyewitness News the next step in the process after the contractor completes paving is the new ramps.
The next step in the process will be to widen the pavement on Route 221 west of the interchange. And then ultimately the entire project will get a thin lift asphalt overlay when it's finished.
Williams says there are also plans to make it easier to get on to Route 221.
The contractor is also installing a traffic signal there at Progress Drive and Walker and 221.
Williams says the project has been moving along as planned. It's expected to be completed sometime this fall. Well, school is just right around the corner, and to help students get school supplies for this coming year, Banner Finance of Farmington is having a back-to-school supply drive. Customers and citizens all around can come in and donate school supplies at Banner Finance.
We have got a barbecue grill that we're going to be giving away on August 2nd. We're asking that the general public, customers, anyone can come in, and all they have to do in order to win the grill is bring in a school supply. For every school supply they bring in, they get to enter to win for our barbecue grill. On
Saturday, August the 4th, Banner Finance will fill and give away 200 backpacks with school supplies donated. Andrea says that will not only give students a free backpack with school supplies, but they will also get a free haircut too.
Once they come in and get registered for a free backpack, they also are going to be eligible for a free back-to-school haircut from Here We Go from 9 until noon.
This event is open to the general public from pre-kindergarten to high school seniors. Safe Harbor Hospice is holding a different type of e-cycle event Friday afternoon. Executive Director of the Madison County Chamber of Commerce, Kyle Wright, says rather than collecting electronics, this e-cycle event is looking for medical equipment.
All the medical equipment they collect is going to go to the Sheets Young Foundation. I don't know if you know about the Sheets Young Foundation, but what they do is they collect used medical equipment and then they loan it out to families who can't afford it in their home. They get medical, like hospital beds, shower stools, all kinds of stuff like that.
Sheets Young Incorporated helps people secure medical equipment they need for little or no cost. The foundation takes donated equipment, cleans and repairs it, and then offers it in need of needy people at no charge for a small donation. The e-cycle event will be held Friday afternoon from 1 until 6 at Safe Harbor Hospice on West Main in Fredericktown. One of the top threats to Missouri's hundreds of thousands of ash trees has invaded Reynolds County. The emerald ash borer has killed more than 50 million ash trees in the U.S. over the last decade. This invasive insect was identified in Reynolds County last week. The borer was first identified in Wayne County 4 years ago. Wayne County is currently under federal and state quarantines to prevent the accidental spread of this borer. Researchers have not determined how or when the insect came into Missouri, but it's believed it hitchhiked on a load of firewood because the insects were first found at a Wayne County campground near Wapapello Lake. Researchers have also found signs of the insect near Kansas City. Well, still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, Von Carricker joins us on Ask the Attorney.
More hot weather's on the way for southeast Missouri, but the weekend's looking a little bit cooler. I have all the details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw another warm day here in southeast Missouri. A couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms in Missouri, but nothing in the way of a big relief for our area. Looking at weather headlines, we are going to continue to see sunshine for the next several days, and with highs around 100 degrees for Friday, but a little bit cooler for the weekend, and it looks like things are going to start warming up next week. Talking about warming up, it is warm out there. 92 right now in Cape Girardeau, 89 rather in St. Genevieve, 89 in Festus. Down to our south, Poplar Bluff at 92, 90 degrees in Piedmont, and 89 in Ellington. Here at the station, we have a current temperature of 92. It's warm out there, mostly cloudy skies. Feels like 98 with 71 as current dew point, humidity at 49%. And a west wind at 7 miles per hour. As we head through the day tomorrow, we're going to see that shower activity that was through portions of Missouri. That's going to head down to our south, giving us sunshine for tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be on the warm side as well, at 70 degrees for overnight low. Mostly cloudy skies for the most part, 69 in Festus, 70 in St. Genevieve. Down to our south in Van Buren, 69, 71 in Piedmont, and 73 in Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, another warm day, high around 100 degrees, mostly sunny skies, northwest wind 5 to 10. 98 in Festus, 99 in St. Genevieve. A little bit warmer down to our south in Fredericktown, and 100, 99 in Van Buren, and 100 in Piedmont. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. On Saturday, a little bit cooler. There's that cool relief that I was talking about. Mostly sunny skies, high of 93, 95 on Sunday. Partly sunny on Monday and Tuesday. We're starting to warm things back up. By Wednesday, 98 degrees, mostly sunny, and Thursday, 97 with mostly sunny skies. And that's check of your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details to look at Froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Dustin. And now Fred Jr. is here with Ask the Attorney.
In today's Ask the Attorney, Von Carricker joins us to talk about veterans benefits.
Well, one of the things that people don't realize is that anyone can help a veteran fill out the form under certain circumstances. For instance, if you are not accredited by the VA, you can assist one veteran one time only in your lifetime. Otherwise, if you're accredited by the VA, for instance, a Veterans Services Organization, a VFW, an American Legion, you can help veterans fill out the application for benefits. The other person who can help is a VA accredited attorney, like me. It is illegal to charge a fee to prepare or submit an application for benefits to the VA. But one thing you want to do is make sure that the person who helps you understands the VA system. It is complicated. There is a mountain of paperwork. And veterans who've gone at it by themselves have ended up being in the system for a decade or more. Now, there are advantages to having an attorney assist a veteran with a claim. For one thing, we can make sure that your assets are protected and organized to prevent you from being denied right up front. Another thing that we can do is that when your claim is denied, we can gather evidence and prepare a legal argument to help you in your appeal. We represent you before the VA if your claim is denied. And another thing we can do is represent you if the award you receive is not correct. One thing that people do wonder about is how long it would take them to get their first check. So you've reached the end point. You've applied, maybe you've been denied, I've represented you and helped you get approval for your claim at last, including retroactive benefits. Now you're waiting for the first check. That could take as much as 2 to 6 months once it's approved. Now, if I'm representing a client who has dementia or memory loss problems, then the VA will probably insist on meeting my client in person along with the representative for my client, who's not me, usually a family member or someone appointed by the family.
We must remind you that the choice of an attorney is an important one and should not be made solely based on advertising. For 18 Eyewitness News, I'm Fred Dawkins Jr.
I'm Stacy Johnson. My check engine light just came on, but do I need to go to a mechanic? Maybe not, because I've got this little doohickey that's supposed to tell me what the problem is. Let's see if it works. Just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
Going to the mechanic? It can be an unnerving experience, especially if you don't know anything about cars, because you never know whether the mechanic is taking you for a ride or not. But now there are some gadgets out there that can diagnose problems by talking to your car's computer. Money reporter Stacy Johnson has that story.
It's never been easy to tell if your mechanic is giving you the straight scoop or jacking up your bill. Now, back in the day, the only way you'd know whether your mechanic was honest is if you knew as much about cars as they did. Now, that's not very likely, but these days, you got alternatives. For example, if your check engine light comes on, this little device called Car MD can diagnose the problem. You take the device and you plug it into your car's diagnostic port. Every car built since 1996 has one of these things. You turn on the key, and now this thing is starting to communicate with my car's computer. Now, once it's read everything from my car's computer, I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to go plug it into my computer. So I just bring it in here to my laptop here and stick this USB cable on it. And this website should tell me exactly what's wrong with my car. In this case, it's saying my check engine light is on because my air injection pump and relay are bad. It's a $1,000 fix. Is it accurate? Well, let's find out. The only way to know is to visit my mechanic.
It just gives you the basic top information. Tells you that the cake is done, but it didn't tell you how to make it.
In other words, while CarMD was right on the problem, it's probably wrong on the fix. My mechanic said it's highly unlikely I'm going to need a new injection pump. Now, this thing costs $120, but you can sometimes find them for a lot less at places like warehouse stores. Also, some auto parts stores will do the same check for you for nothing. Worth the money? Maybe. But keep in mind that diagnosing your car this way is like diagnosing yourself with WebMD. It's better than nothing, but it's no substitute for the real thing. I've got more information on everything car-related right here at MoneyTalksNews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
And like Stacy said, he's got a lot of information and links at his website. To get there, just go to MoneyTalksNews.com. Did you know your most important pieces of sport equipment are your feet? They are a complex system of muscles, bones, and ligaments that act as springs, levers, pivots, and launching pads. Our science guide, Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science, tells us how your big toe size could give you the clue to athletic ability.
Hey, it's science guy Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science. Beside me, a science helper by the name of Jake. Jake, give me 5 for science. Now, we're going to talk about stinky toes today. It's all about sports, too. The Olympics is coming up. I have a question for you. Is your big toe longer or shorter than your second toe? The answer, according to foot experts who study sports performance, can give a telling clue about your athletic ability. Put your stinky foot up here. Does it stink for real? Sometimes, depends on. That's right. Look at that. Your big toe, your big fat toe there is longer than the second toe. What does that mean? If your big or first toe extends further, you possess a natural advantage in sprinting, long jump, and other sports. Here's what's really cool. Your big toe can exert about twice as much force as your second toe. Learn more about Olympic science by going to our website. That's hookedonscience.org.
Go to hookedonscience.org for this experiment and others that might get you and your family hooked on science.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals get help for the left side of their bullpen. We'll take a look at the Rams' defensive line ahead of training camp, and the Blues help build houses in Joplin. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-7095.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News, with Jeremy Martin.
Brian Fuentes was scheduled to make 2 AA appearances, but after throwing a scoreless inning in Springfield on Tuesday night, the 4-time All-Star felt he was ready to take the next step. The Cardinals agreed and promoted the left-hander to the big club on Wednesday. Fuentes was released by Oakland on July 11th and signed a minor league deal with the Cardinals 4 days later. The Redbirds bullpen now features 3 left-handers with Mark Zepchinski, Barrett Browning, and Fuentes. Third baseman David Freese has been named the winner of the Heart and Hustle Award for the Cardinals. The honor is handed out to a player from each team by the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association. One player from each Major League team is chosen based on the passion, desire, and work ethic demonstrated both on and off the field. The award will be presented to Freese by alumni Major Leaguer John Mabry, who spent 8 of his 14 years in the big leagues with St. Louis and now serves as the Cardinals' assistant hitting coach. The last 2 days we've looked at the Rams offense just ahead of this year's training camp.
There are 6 defensive ends coming to camp, and the team expects to keep 4. Chris Long had a breakthrough 2011 season. The Rams are also banking on a breakout second season for Robert Quinn. Behind that pair, the team has a mix of young talent, including free agent addition William Hayes, who played for Coach Jeff Fisher in Tennessee. After finishing near the bottom of the league in run defense, the Rams hit the free agent market to land Kendall Langford from Miami as one of their marquee additions of the offseason. But they weren't done adding big bodies, as they used the 14th pick in April's draft on monster tackle Michael Brockers out of Louisiana State. Behind that duo, the Rams also brought in Trevor Laws via free agency. There are 7 defensive tackles coming to camp, and the Rams expect to keep 4. And the St. Louis Blues have partnered with Missouri sports teams and the Joplin Habitat for Humanity to build 35 homes for Joplin tornado victims. 35 members of the Blues, Scott Trade Center, and Peabody Opera House traveled to Joplin Wednesday to help in the rebuilding effort. The partnership was announced at halftime of the Missouri-Kansas basketball game on February 4th at Mizzou Arena by Missouri Governor Jay Nixon, who was joined by Blues Hall of Famer Bernie Federko. The Cardinals and Rams, Kansas City Royals and Chiefs, the University of Missouri, and the Kansas Speedway are all involved in the partnership. The 35 homes will be divided into 7 different neighborhoods, with each neighborhood assigned a sponsor from among the 7 Missouri athletic organizations. And that's a look at sports. Fred and Dustin, back over to you.
You know, I love money reporter Stacy Johnson. He's always coming up with some good tips on how to save money, and the guy's got a lot of practical advice. Today's story has to deal with mechanics and cars, and as we all know, some places you go, you get hosed if you're not careful.
Very true.
But now there's devices that you can actually buy to put on your car's computer, and it tells you what's wrong with it. So those help you out quite a bit. So it's always good advice to know before you go and have a little bit of an understanding of what's wrong with your vehicle before you go to any mechanic, because sometimes you can get hosed. Speaking of hosing, are we going to get any rain coming on us or what?
Well, you know, in the next several days, I don't think so. Today was kind of a washout. We didn't see much in Missouri as far as in rain, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm here or there, but not much. Not enough to make it feel a relief. But, you know, it's what it is. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast, and it's just going to continue to be hot. 100 degrees for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. I took that chance of showers and thunderstorms out for tomorrow, so unfortunately we don't get another day of those. Saturday and Sunday, a little bit cooler, 93 on Saturday, mostly sunny, partly sunny on Sunday, and then we're back to near 100 degrees for the rest of next week.
Looks like the only hosing we're going to get is if we go outside and get underneath our garden hose.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot one. We're going to need something to be able to cool us off.
You betcha. Folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you back at 10 o'clock tonight. Until then, have a blessed evening, and God bless everyone.
Have a good evening, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.